Okay. Welcome back to Checking Them Out. Episode 11.
11, yes.
One of one, probably. We thought it would be fun to do a little, a debate one. We have some random questions. We don't know them. They're just whatever they'll be.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask or see what each person thinks about it and see kind of where the conversation goes just for fun. Nothing too serious. We'll just keep it a little light, keep it nice and easy. But do you want to just go back and forth or just...
Yeah, why don't you start?
Okay. Oh, no. Oh. So the first one I have is it better to have loved and lost or never have loved at all?
Ooh.
My first thought was I would rather have loved than lost than not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I want to lose the love, but I think it would be sad to have never loved.
It's sad both ways because it's
Yeah.
sad because you've never had a love like that, but it's also sad because you did experience that and
then you
and
don't
it's
have
gone.
it. Yeah.
That would be rough.
But I feel like at least...
Sorry, we're hearing some squeaking sounds in the studio.
It wasn't squeaking earlier. I wonder if you can hear
It's
it.
It's a new sound for us here.
Sorry. I feel like I still would have rather look back and be like, well, I know how it feels. Because who's to say you can't love again?
Right. And that's an experience that you've had.
Yeah.
But when I think of loss, I think of loving your child and then losing your child.
Oh.
I'm not thinking of are you talking about a spouse?
Well, I guess
or
you can
a
bring it
partner?
however you want. My head went spouse, but I also don't have kids to lose because that would...
I don't know about that one. Let's just keep it light.
Yeah, let's not go there because I don't
losing the love of your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's where my head went.
Yeah. I would rather have loved and felt that love and joy and experience.
Yeah.
And learned from that and grew from that versus never having had that experience in the first place.
Have no idea what that's like. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be tough.
I agree. I mean, I guess you wouldn't know any different, but you'd be missing out.
You would know that you're
I guess
missing out.
you would have to know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather have loved.
Okay. Would you ever get cosmetic surgery as far as implants, injections in your face, like Botox or filler? Would you ever do anything like that? And if you would, what would you do? And if not, why not?
So my first is no.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't care to. I don't know if I did what I would do. I don't know, maybe get rid of some of my butt. Do that.
Little bit of liposuction? Is that what you mean?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
What is that? Just take it away. I don't need all of it. It's obnoxious sometimes. It makes fitting in pants hard.
Yeah.
I'm because it doesn't match. It doesn't match the waist. Jeans are hard.
Yeah, jeans
so if
are
I'm just
tricky.
being if I'm going to pick something just to pick.
Yeah.
I would say I guess that. But if I were to know, I don't intend to care to really do anything. I mean, yeah, I'm fine.
You're solid?
Yeah, I'm solid, I think.
Well, I would do everything.
Yeah.
I mean, not really. I'm just kidding. But I will never get implants because I do feel like breast implant illness is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to experience that. I would love to get a lift, like a restoration process.
Yeah.
Bring them back to what they were at one point before the 3 kids and nursing. A tummy tuck for sure because I've got a lot of extra skin, and I have done lip filler and I have done Botox in my forehead.
Yeah.
So I would like to get on a regimen of that again potentially, especially in my forehead area. I think that would be nice. I am still breastfeeding, so I don't know if I can. I do need there's a girl that I've been wanting to talk to at my son's orthodontist office. Everything that she puts out there looks great.
Yeah.
So I feel like she's has a very conservative, natural approach to that. But that's just, if I wanted to do that, I would, or I want to do that, I eventually will. I just don't have the time right now to sit down there, and it is expensive.
Yeah.
So it is a big investment.
See, do you not think about this, what the Botox is that's just getting injected in you? That would be my biggest thing.
I don't want to know.
Okay. So see that to me, I wouldn't want to do it because
I know. That's why I'm so on the fence because I heard this clip. Someone said like Botox and fillers are going to be the breast implants of like our generation. Yeah. So I feel like our parents' generation, those are the women who are really suffering from breast implant illness.
Yeah.
So I look at that and go like, okay, I would never get implants because that could be a potential result.
Yeah.
I'm not judging anyone who does.
Yeah.
I think if you've done your research and you are going into it knowing the potential catastrophic side effects and that works for you, fantastic.
Yeah.
I think that's great. But with the filler and the Botox, like it's kind of for me like, I don't want to know, so I'm not going to check it out. But that could also be potentially catastrophic in the end. And is it worth it?
Yeah. That's how I'm like, I don't care one way or the other. Most of my things I would think it would be like something not going into my body. Mm-hmm. Like you said, like I wouldn't want a breast implants, but like you said, like a lift or like work with what I got.
Right.
That wouldn't be my case because I don't have anything to like have to worry about. Mm-hmm. But like you said, like a tummy tuck or some of the things where you're kind of just like cleaning or whatever to it.
And I really hate the word like phrase mommy makeover.
Oh, yeah.
That bugs me really bad because it makes it sound like anyone who's had a kid, like, oh, go get your mommy makeover.
Yeah.
I really, for whatever reason, when someone says like, oh, the mommy makeover.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's just a restoration.
Yeah.
I hate the word. I hate that like mommy makeover. That's funny. Sends me. I don't know why.
Yeah. I don't think the Botox stuff I could do. I don't want that in me. I don't know what it is. It doesn't sound great. Don't want it.
Yeah. It's not good stuff.
Also, aging is normal.
I know. Like, and that's the other thing.
I don't think it's anything to be like, well, you're 45 and have a ring. Like, okay.
That's true.
Like, I don't know. So I look at it like that way. So I'm like, and my thing is like, I don't want to get to the point where I am 70 and like I look like I'm trying really hard to like not look 70, that I don't.
Yeah.
And some people do it and it looks, and it could be, I've seen some that I'm like, okay. And then I've seen some that you're like, okay.
Yikes.
So I'm just like kind of going to hope and pray for those good genes that they just kick in and it doesn't. But I'm like, I don't know. Aging's going to age.
I know.
I don't really think I want
let it happen gracefully.
I don't think I want
fight
the stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see things and I'm like, it's almost too much.
Good. Yeah.
And some people do it and I've seen it, I'm like, wow. Subtle, nice, but yeah. I think you said it probably matters who you go to and do.
Totally.
But I just think about that. I'm like, I don't know what that is. You're just like shooting up in me. I'm like, it can't be good. You're like, I just don't even want to know.
I don't. It's kind of the like, don't ask, don't tell deal for me in my mind because I know me. Like, if I know, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that you would.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
Knowing how I am.
Yeah.
I know.
It's kind of funny. You have like some limit, you got some limits. Just don't tell me.
Yeah, just don't. I'm not asking the question. Don't give me the answer here.
So the next one is technology making us smarter or more dependent?
More dependent, for sure. I think of like when we go on road trips. And like when my mom was younger and they would go drive from either California to Utah or Utah to California, her dad would like set out the night before and he's mapping it out and all this stuff. I couldn't tell you how to get like from here to my house. I can do it.
Yes.
But like to relay that information of like north, south, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, significantly more dependent.
I agree that's exactly where my head went the first time when I read this. I tell Ryan this all the time. He laughs at me. I'm like, I know how to get to work. I know how to do this. Don't ask me how because I can't tell you, but I know how. And even probably 99% of the time I get in my car, I put in my phone where to go just in case I forget.
Yeah. Well, even like traffic purposes, if there's an accident, if there's like a better way to go.
And it changes sometimes the route. And I'm like, so I have my maps on probably 99% of the time.
Same.
In my car.
Yeah.
Also, everything's at your fingertips. I'm like, what is this? I don't know. Google it. I'm sure. I've seen someone talk about like I'm scared for like the next generation's doctors because they graduated with ChatGPT. That's like things like that. Like it's like, oh, I don't know this. I'll just chat GPT.
artificial intelligence. If you don't know what Chat GPT is.
Tell me how to write an essay, how to do, and sometimes I'm not saying it's not great to have. Sometimes it's or quicker or like
it's helpful.
There are things that obviously are benefits, but then it's like people are relying on it to pass school or to pass a test or to write an essay. I'm like, and I'm guilty. I'm probably in high school. I probably would have wrote all my English.
I believe
essays.
we could ask a student, but I believe there is software to detect AI usage.
That's probably true.
I'm not sure how though, but I feel like there's something like
they
that.
could copy and paste what they have into some kind of system. It can tell you
if it originates from AI.
But that would be tricky too, because it's like, what if some of my wording was just that would be kind of hard.
Similar,
yeah.
There's
only so many ways you can say stuff sometimes, you know.
True.
I don't know. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
To know, but I definitely think we rely on technology so much. Sometimes you don't think for yourself.
The Little House on the Prairie books. Remember that series?
Yeah.
We're reading them with the kids because I think it's fun. I loved reading those books when I was little. So it's been cool for little Heston to read it and go and realize how much they had to do. So the first one is them like in the little house in the big woods in Wisconsin. And the second one is they're trekking from Wisconsin out to like the pioneer frontier. And so I read it as a kid, and you don't think much, but I read it as an adult now. Like they left her entire family. They all lived there. They all helped each other to go who knows where. Yeah. They don't know where they're going. Then while they're on their journey, they almost get washed away in a creek bed because the water rises, and their wagon, they're floating down. So I'm reading it going, how many families just died in those kinds of scenarios?
Yeah.
And their families never even knew about it, like their extended families when they left. You know? So with the Little House and the Ingalls family, they could have easily washed away in that creek bed, and no one would have even known what happened to them. You know, so it's weird to read those things and go, the dad had nothing. Yeah. And they get where they are and they settle. He builds the house. He does. Yeah. He digs the well. He catches the food. And the mom is helping as much as she can. She's got 3 little girls. Yeah. So it's just wild, everything that they did and had to do. And then I look at I can't even get to the grocery store.
It
feels like sometimes because, like you said, just in case, I just want to make sure.
House on the Prairie without my
seriously,
GPS. Yeah.
So I think those are super fun books to read because it puts you in that mindset of that time of you literally you just went, you packed up and you went, and you had no idea where you're going to end up, if you were even going to make it. Yeah. So
it's like that meme where it's when you ask for directions, north, south, and it's okay, Lewis and Clark.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly how
but
I feel.
Back then,
I need to be turn right at the McDonald's. Don't turn left and turn north.
I'm more of if I'm facing this way, what sign is in front of me?
Yeah,
you gotta get real specific.
Don't go north 2 miles and turn whatever.
Yeah,
no,
that's a lot
I
of
need landmarks.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Okay, if animals could talk, which ones would be the rudest?
I mean, the rudest. Maybe something like a hippo or
a hippo.
I don't know. They're mean.
They're very mean. They're very territorial. Yeah. Pretty dangerous.
So I feel like they might not be nice.
I think a cat would be a real jerk.
Oh yeah, but it's I almost feel you expect it from them, and you're almost all right, I know how you feel. You're pretty open about it.
That's true.
Yeah,
they're not hiding their personalities.
Yeah, they're pretty open without even being able to talk. That we all know that they're buttholes.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, they definitely would be. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a random one that I'm you would just.
A hippo is very random.
I mean, they're mean.
That's
why
I
was thinking of that, because they're just aggressive.
I feel I wonder if monkeys would be pretty rude because do they feel superior?
Also, they throw poop at each other. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes you mean, but that's pretty gross.
Seems very rude to me.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want you to do that to me.
No.
By any means.
No.
But maybe monkeys.
Yeah. I mean, I just wonder if they would have an attitude of we're very close to humans. So.
Yeah. So we're above
But then it would be a Planet of the Apes.
But then it's
situation.
like our lions and tigers because they're like, what are they? The king?
No, they feel secure. To me, they feel secure in their role.
That's fair.
So they don't have to be rude because they are they're solid.
Yeah. There you go.
You know, and I feel
confident.
like other animals might have some. Yeah, they're confident. Like they know I am the king of the jungle,
and they know that we know that they know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't even have to try.
Yeah. That's
because
fair.
that's just what it is. That's just the natural order.
Like, get over it.
Like other animals, like
okay. If we're gonna go think of like Lion King, like hyenas, they're real turds.
Yeah. See, but because they're close to the top,
Cackling,
but they're not there.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
Yeah.
Just if we're basing it off of Lion King
Disney experiences,
like life experience.
Yeah.
Real life experiences.
Real life
hyenas
scenarios.
Assholes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we agree.
Yes, agreed.
On all 5 of those animals, we decided. That's a hard one.
That was hard.
It's funny because it's like, there's so many animals, but it's like, how many do you really interact with?
Well, none, obviously. Dogs and cats, that's
like
about
farm
it.
Animals.
I always think it's so weird that like birds are just a part of our everyday occurrence.
Just out there, yeah.
Yeah, just out there. Like it's a normal thing to be like seeing a bird.
Yeah. Well, birds aren't real. Aren't they like robot things? Was that conspiracy?
A conspiracy, something.
That makes me laugh so hard. Yeah. Also, goats or goats. Sheep.
Like
they're mean.
So nice. Really?
We feed them sometimes at like petting zoos.
Yeah.
And they they really want their food, and they will like.
That's fair though.
I mean, yeah. I get like that too with food.
True.
Okay. If you could live in any fictional universe, which one would it be and why?
Like a book, just any fictional.
My head went to book. Well, it's also a movie, but I think like Harry Potter.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
That would be really cool. But I'm also have just read, and I'm on the second one, The Fourth Wing, which you need to read that.
Okay.
But that's like. They're like it's like dragons, and they like a dragon picks you as like the rider, and you have to be picked by them. You have to make it through like this whole like trial period and survive it. And then when you do, like a dragon picks you to be a rider, and so it's pretty interesting. I'm like really into it, so I'm like that might be kind of cool. I don't think I would survive by any means, so like maybe not.
Yeah,
but if I could. That would be pretty awesome.
If you knew like survival, if you knew like you're guaranteed.
I thought I was like a badass.
Yeah.
I think I would like that. So like leaning more towards like wizards and witches would be pretty cool.
Yeah, just to experience something way different.
That would be kind of fun, Harry Potter.
Yeah, a Harry Potter experience would be cool.
I feel like everybody could relate to that.
I immediately thought of Twilight.
Oh, vampires. That's
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And I have to say, something that bugs me about, like, of course it's, like, fictional and it's vampires. I really hate the character of the vampire that, like, struggles with not eating people.
Yeah.
Just be what you are. It's okay. People. That's how I feel. I'm sorry.
So funny. Just kill the people.
I just feel like if you're going to be in a role, fully commit to the role.
So if you're a vampire.
I'm eating everyone.
You're eating everybody. Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
I mean... Bad.
Stay clear.
I would do like the bad person.
Okay, that's fair. Like, why does that matter? Yeah,
you know, I would do like
you'd have like a code. Reasonable control. Yeah,
I'd have
morals.
A code. Right,
some morals.
Right. So it just bugs me, like on Vampire Diaries when they like
Stefan does like the rabbits.
Yeah, like just come on.
In his defense, the reason he does that is because he does go rogue.
He's a ripper.
So at least he knows that about him. He's like an alcoholic, you know. It's like, okay, at least I know if I can't have a sip or I'm going to go crazy. Yeah, I'm just not going to do it.
That's true.
So you got to respect that. He knows he can't, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that might be why that is. That's the whole thing. Like, it's like you just. Yeah. You don't have like a rhyme or reason. You just like, I need blood, so I kill.
Yeah, so, I guess. I just feel like if I was like in that world, I would just let it rip, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Good to know.
So
zombie, same thing. If you're a zombie, you just.
Well, you know, if you're a zombie, you don't have any control.
I really don't think you have anything.
You're just
brain dead.
A carcass, I think, walking around. You're not even really in there.
Yeah, that's fair. You don't even know. You're not even really alive.
Yeah, I would fully commit to the role.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad about it as long as you have some kind of boundaries.
Yeah, it has just always bugged me. Any book or anything with a vampire that struggles with the stuff, it's like, come on, just give us a guy that's gonna let it go.
But a lot of the times they're with a human, so
I know.
it's like, you know.
Also, that's a huge waste, in my opinion. Like, come on.
Like, you're not going to your full potential.
You're not, because let's be honest, like
going to be a vampire. So I mean,
yeah, but like look at the Twilight situation. Bella is nothing special.
No.
The other like how they're written, the characters, like so stunning, all of these things, and you're gonna pick like a goofy human? Come on. I know it's a story. I know. I'm just saying, like.
That's so funny.
But I think that the it's to kind of like delude every girl into thinking like you are special.
Yeah.
You know, like you are different than everyone else.
Actually saying you're not special. You're just basic human trash.
Kind of. You're nothing on. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
I know it sounds terrible, but like
that's so funny.
And I read all the books. I watched all the movies. Whatever. I bought into the whole thing. But now that I look back, I just.
They got me.
They got me.
Now I look back and just stupid. Although I will say, I liked all the books and movies too. I did too.
Yeah.
I watched the first one. This was probably like 6 or 7 months ago. It came on. I was like, this is horrendous.
It was rough.
The acting was terrible.
It was bad.
But I mean, I watched them and I liked them. And now I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is so not good.
Yeah. It's definitely an experience.
On my brain. Like, what is it called? The one with Shailene Woodley and 4.
Oh,
not the Hunger Games.
Divergent.
What do you think about that kind of like life situation?
I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I did too,
cool.
and I loved the movies.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that series.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea because it's like more of you are with people and like a group that's true to your nature.
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
Down and see, like, you know how like a house, Harry Potter house,
yeah,
what divergent house you're in.
What divergent
I would have to like look back and all
area
of them and see
you would
what
go
I
to.
think.
Yeah. I can't remember all of them. Hunger Games is a good one. I would not want to be in that fictional world.
That's not the fictional world
even a tiny
I'd
bit.
Want to be in, no.
I mean, unless you're in the capital.
Unless I guess, screwing everybody.
Which I feel like I would be there.
Yeah, you would. Apparently, because we've come to find out.
That's where I would
no
thrive.
No mercy.
Yeah. Well,
that's where I thrive, you know.
Be who you are. What can I say?
Vampire. That's so funny. I feel like I would be in that, controlling the...
Absolutely.
That's so funny. I'm trying to think. I don't even know if there's any other that... I'm sure there are plenty of fictional worlds. But all the basics came to my head.
Yeah.
Like all the, like, known. But Harry Potter, it's just like...
What do you think, like, Ryan would answer? Because I know Heston's answer immediately.
For a fictional?
Yeah.
I feel like he would say Harry Potter, too. Because he would want to be a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
Because he thinks, you know...
He is Gryffindor?
Yeah, he is.
Heston would for sure pick Star Wars.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I don't think Ryan would pick Star Wars. I actually have never seen Star Wars.
Heston would pick, like, Star Wars. You've never seen it? How have you gotten through your life this far and not? It's kind of unavoidable.
I mean, apparently it's avoidable.
I guess.
I've done it for 33 years. I've seen
32
things going on 33. I'm in my 33rd year.
Yeah, but like in October, you got 10 months left.
But I'm in my 33rd year.
Okay.
Okay. 32?
Yeah, 32.
Years. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I've been doing it. I don't know. I mean, I know Star Wars.
Yeah.
I know there's a crap ton of movies.
There's so many movies. Well, there's not actually. Yeah, there are a lot of movies.
Probably where I feel like he'd do Harry Potter because I feel like he would like that, or maybe some kind of like Avengery. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like a Marvel kind of like, scenario. Sure,
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I forgot about the Marvel people.
He would probably be okay with something in the Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, my next question was, like, if you could switch lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be, and what would be the first thing you do?
So you would be a bloodthirsty vampire.
Yeah, I would want the full experience.
I wouldn't mind a vampire, but I think a witch sounds more fun. Mm-hmm. I do think it'd be fun to, like, I don't know, that than eat people. Like, I'd rather not have to eat people.
Well, I like the strength and the speed and all of the other physical benefits that come along with being a vampire. Really cool. That's what I'm on board with. I also
don't think I'd want to live forever. Like at some point, it's like, all right. Like,
that's true.
I did it, you know?
But would you want to live forever with your people? Like if you could be like for sure with Ryan, your mom, Caitlin, like you've turned everyone in your family.
Like if I can switch my brain to not think like religiously, like I want to go to heaven.
Okay. Let's leave religion out of this.
If not, like, I mean, sure, that sounds great. Like if I could live with all my peeps forever, yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, that would be pretty cool.
It'd be cool. And like you're never going to get sick.
Yeah.
I love that. You're always going to be healthy.
You get to see a lot of life.
Yeah, you feel great. You look great 24/7. You smell good too. Apparently, you don't have to worry about anything.
Do I sparkle?
No, you don't have to sparkle in this scenario. You don't have to sparkle. What I would, I wouldn't
mind.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
I would love more than anything is not have to wear contacts.
Yeah,
that would be.
You could travel the world very easily.
True, and you have exponential amount of time to earn wealth.
Apparently, yeah. Mm-hmm. But then it would be sad to have to like move all the time.
Yeah.
You get roots, and then you're like, okay, well.
Yeah, that's
really
true.
Hard life, like on the go.
Yeah.
But, you know, but also I think it'd be cool to be like magical powers. You could do a lot with that. You could do really a lot with that.
Infinite,
I don't have to eat people.
Yeah.
Probably do some spells to like keep me.
Can I have a drink
fast
of this
and
water?
young? Yeah.
It's don't a lemon. Drink after this one.
It's lemon. Okay. Okay, next one is. Nice. This one's good. Is it more important to follow your passion or be practical in life? I like this one just because this one relates to like me, like literally over the last year and a half.
I think
I have mixed emotions.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah.
Do you have a golden parachute to fall back into?
Yeah.
If things don't work out.
Yeah.
I know like a lot of people, I wouldn't say like friends that I know, but there are people who can take risks because like mom and dad will.
Or like money, yeah.
Yeah. So.
You have a little bit easier. I think about like, of course I want to follow my passions. I want to be happy with what I want to do. But then it's like, I think of it too. I think I was always more practical. Like I think I still am. I think I'm more of like a practical, like logical thinker. Like makes sense. This is what we need to do. This set this up. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Not that I haven't liked what I did, which I did like what I did. I like what I'm doing more, but also it comes with I think more risks.
Yeah.
But also too, I think at some point it's, and I'm saying this not because I have experience, because I feel like you hear this a lot of like musicians. I feel like they like grind for so long a lot of the time before anything happens.
Sure.
But also too, it's like at what point do you stop? Like there has to be a limit, because it's like you think about doing these things for so long, and if you're not going anywhere, if you have a family and kids, it's like at what point is enough to where it's like, okay, I have to be practical now because I have to provide, or I have to
put other people ahead of you and think about your family. Or maybe
managing where it's like, okay, I take a step back and I don't do it as much, and now I have to do this to filter in kind of thing.
I guess it depends like what your passion is, because I always grew up with like going to the Knights meeting and around all these chiropractors, and they just kind of like, they all are passionate about their practice. So they're just extremely fortunate that they've found their career is their real passion.
Yeah.
Like they love helping people. They love learning about the human body. They love figuring out different ways to help people heal. So I've just always kind of grown up watching these men and women follow their passion, you know? So that's just in my mind growing up. And like my dad always has done what he's been passionate about. So that's just how I grew up, like watching all of these, you know, I don't know what the right, successful, like very forward thinking people. Yeah. So to me, like, I just always kind of had it in my head, like, you do what you want to do. Yeah. You know, of course, like, I don't make any money, but I'm very passionate about what I do. Yeah. You know, I love being a mom and taking care of my kids. So, but if we're like being funny and, you know, keeping it light and not intense here, I think that if you do follow your passion and you're true to that, it will eventually lead you to success. Yeah. I mean, what's meant for you will happen, but exactly. Yeah, I do think there's like a fine line of being like,
okay, are you being irresponsible?
Right. Like, let's not be silly anymore kind of thing.
There's boundaries.
That was a good one. I liked that one. Let me see what. I think I like that one. If you could only wear one color for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Well, if I'm being just like obnoxious because I like purple, but I think realistically it'd be like a black.
Yeah.
Just because it just.
You can never go wrong.
Yeah. Like, I just feel like it would be the easiest thing to where I wouldn't have to be like over the top or whatever, and just keep it nice and clean.
What I would do is go to one of those people who do the color palettes. Have you seen those? So my grandma used to do that for everyone. I didn't get it done, but she would send like whenever you got a certain age, or she did it from like my mom, and I don't know if any of my cousins did it, but I think she did it for all of her daughter and daughter-in-laws. She like sends you to a place to get you all of your like colors assessed.
Oh, that's funny.
So I would do that first.
Yeah.
And then,
and pick from there.
Yeah.
I feel like my mind just black. Just keep it.
That's immediately where I went to.
I mean, it would be fun to have a fun color, but then I'm like, would I be like, ugh?
Would you get tired of it?
I mean, I probably would get tired of black, but black's just, it's black. It's
like I like the color you're wearing. It's like a nice, it's a cool color.
But top and bottom of this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, do I all the time shoes? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think black would be.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with black.
What I would
say.
Agree. Because like if I see someone in black pants, black shoes, and his top, I'm like, okay. But if I saw someone like with this color shoes, pants, and shoes, I might be like, wow.
You'd ask some questions.
I'm not against like colored sets and cute little like sweat sets or whatever, but then I do throw in a shoe and then all the time, I don't know. I feel like I'd be like,
is it too much?
Yeah. Not that I would want to wear black all the time, but if I had to pick.
But if I had to, sure.
So do we think social media ultimately is more, sorry, I went away from the mic. I don't know actually if I felt like, is social media ultimately more harmful or beneficial to society?
I think it's beneficial.
Okay.
If you know how to use it.
Yeah.
If you know how to navigate it. I think I'm so thankful it wasn't available when you and I were teenagers.
Yes.
I think that would have been really messed with my head as a teenager. So it's tricky with kids because when you're learning how to drive a car, you have to learn how to drive the car.
Yeah.
You have to have instructions. You have to have lessons. You have to learn how to navigate all of those things. I think social media and the internet is the same way.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to use it appropriately. You have to learn what things to avoid, because if I'm not giving my kids phones at any time soon. However, if my son's 20 and it's like, hey, here's your phone. Now you have access to everything.
Yeah.
I haven't done my job. I haven't taught him how to safely use his phone, how to safely navigate the internet, how to safely navigate any social media situations. Unfortunately, like pornography and all of those things are in every app. I feel like they target kids at certain ages. You've got online predators. All of those things are 100% unavoidable for your children. So it's a matter of not when or if they're going to be exposed to that. It's a matter of when that's going to happen. How are you as a parent or a trusted adult going to combat that interaction, and how do you say like, hey, just so you know, when you're on this site, this may pop up.
Yeah.
Or someone may reach out to you, and so it's kind of tricky. Beneficial for sure. Mm-hmm. I think social media is great. I think there's so many positive things around it. I think there's a beautiful way for people to connect and not feel lonely sometimes. But of like anything good, there's evil and darkness to it. Yeah. So learn how to navigate it. Learn how to manage everything in your mind, what you're seeing, what you're being, slammed with every single day. So I think as a parent, it's my job to teach my kids how to use social media safely, what is not appropriate and what is appropriate, what's allowed and what's not allowed. So it's just a matter of like learning. Like you're going to learn how to cook at some point. You're going to learn how to drive a car.
Yeah.
Do you want someone who's there with you, who's going to help you through these situations? Or do you want just someone to throw you the keys and say, okay, now you have access to this vehicle. Good luck.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't have any more questions. I'm out.
Done. I have more.
Okay.
Let's see. What's the better superpower? Invisibility or mind reading?
Invisibility.
Yeah.
It is not my.
Nope.
It is not my. I do not have permission to know what other people think about me.
And I don't have. That is. Who am I to be able to be in someone's mind?
Yeah, I don't want that.
Like that is nope.
It's not my business.
Thank you.
Nope.
I'm like not even. So, but about other than those two, if you could pick another.
Fly.
Yeah, teleport.
Easy.
Done.
Oh, teleport. That's a good one. I haven't thought of that one.
Yeah, just
okay.
Boom. I would be. Yeah.
I think flying. I would love the experience of it.
Oh yeah, that
flying
would be fun too.
Cool.
But teleporting just a little bit quicker.
Agreed.
But flying, the feel of it, I think would be cool.
And teleporting, you don't have to worry about anyone seeing you.
Yeah.
Because flying, if you see someone fly, everyone's gonna know who you are.
Yeah.
You can fly. So teleporting. That's probably
really good to be sneaky.
Yeah, kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah, it would be so convenient.
Can you teleport only yourself, or like if someone's touching you, can they come along?
That'd be pretty cool. What's that movie?
Harry Potter?
No,
I don't know.
Or Jumpers.
Oh, Jumper, yes.
Where you can
jump through the loop or whatever.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. It's like, but it's like, is there a limit? You know, like could it just like 20 people be holding me? That seems like
20 is excessive. I think that
like,
I think there's a
like
line.
One or two, or
yeah.
I mean, I guess I could take one.
You could go back and forth.
You know, yeah, it's easy.
Know. So
just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking how much money I would save on vacations.
Yes. Do I have like? Will my body have like a limit? You know, like a charge? Like, do I get tired every time I teleport? No, we don't.
Not in this scenario.
Unlimited. You don't have a charge.
Yeah, there's no. You can do it, so you can just.
Because I think of like most I'm thinking of like fictional stories. I feel like every time they have a power, it's like they have a limit.
I know, or there's some like boundary put on it. It's so annoying.
Like it drains their,
their life force.
No limits and boundaries here in our fictional world.
Let it rip.
We eat who we want to eat. We teleport. We want to teleport. No limits.
No limits.
Do you think we're living in the golden age of TV or the peak of cinema?
Ugh, I think everything's crappy trash, now. Yeah, I think we're just recycling things.
Or we're just going downhill. We don't know how to think for ourselves and use our own mind.
Yeah, there's no storytelling ability anymore.
Well, now it's like everything's so like...
It's all about money.
Yeah.
It's all about how much money you can bring in, how much you're putting out, all of that stuff. So you can't really risk some of these films anymore, I feel like. I
definitely don't think I'm not impressed with the creativity and things nowadays.
Yeah.
A lot of shows I've watched that I've liked are books that I've liked. So you're just, like you said, you're recycling. You're not thinking for yourself. Nothing's new. It's just like, oh, we're just going to put into the same books, movies, which I don't mind because I do like a lot. And I'm like, whatever. But there's no like original things.
Yeah,
or,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nope, not in the peak.
Not impressed.
We're not living in the golden age.
I mean, I couldn't do anything to make it better.
No, but I'm not impressed,
but as a purely audience person,
I'm not going to fix it.
I'm not impressed.
But I'm not impressed.
I can't fix it.
No.
Also, I don't think I would if I could anyways. I mean,
no, it's not my talent or thing to deal with all that. Also, would not want to live in that world.
Absolutely not.
Okay, here we go. Is it better to have a few close friends or a wide circle of acquaintances?
Close friends. I think that's a no-brainer.
That's pretty easy.
I think
I think it's nice to have like connections. But like if I'm thinking like as a whole, definitely more beneficial to have, which I only have a couple close friends and I feel like I'm doing pretty all right.
Yeah.
If you could erase one mistake from your past, would you?
Would I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Would I? Me either.
Because
I
they make you who you are.
One in my head that I'm not going to say what. But
Is it the meter? Do you wish you didn't run into that?
Do you wish you wore goggles?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that would be great, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, they happen for a reason. You're
they shape who you are,
and you learned from them, whether they're easy or not. But. Okay, this one's a little... Should we prioritize the exploration of space or solving problems on Earth first?
Earth.
Yeah.
Space is a whole other problem. We don't need to open that can of worms.
Well, it's like, what are you going to do with it?
Nothing.
I'm like, they're not even... Never mind. But I think we need to solve
there's a lot of shit going on down here that needs some addressing.
Can I ruffle some feathers and just for fun to see how you respond? And I'm not going to, I always love saying this to people. I don't think the moon landing was real.
It wasn't.
I love that. I tell Ryan that all the time. And he gives me so much crap. I'm like, there's no way.
No
He's
way.
like, you can't be serious. I'm like, I'm serious. And then like the more I say, the more I talk about it, he's always like laughing like, well, and I'm like,
yeah,
no.
they're coming around. I
don't think it's real.
Yeah, I teased with little Heston about it because he had a whole space like module or whatever last year at school. And he's like talking about the moon landing. I'm like, that was BS, right? And he's like, that's not true. So me and Big Heston are like saying it's this, and this, and whatever.
I'll randomly say that to people, like talk about things, and they just look at me and I'm like, yep. They're like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
Dead serious.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it is.
And there's a song, Californication, by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
The line says, space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. I think that tells us all we need to know.
Thank you, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
And I even played it for little Heston. I said, listen to this.
That's so
if
funny.
this doesn't tell you that was nonsense, I don't know what will.
Yeah, I don't know what will.
So we tease about it with him. And I tell him, like, don't say that at school or anything.
This is just for us.
Yeah.
And now the people
listening. But no, I think it's BS.
That's so funny. Is it better to be a morning person or a night owl?
Morning.
Yeah. I wish I was more of a morning person.
Yeah. I've gotten better.
Well, our life schedule doesn't really go that way, but I wish I was better at being a morning person.
Yeah. I've gotten a better attitude about it. I remember like 2 years ago with Liv.
Yeah.
So little Heston has always slept in, like 9 o'clock usually.
Yeah.
So I would get up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. This is preschool, like before school, not preschool.
Yeah.
Before our school entered our lives. And I would get up. I would do my thing in the morning. I'd have like a little bit of time to myself, but I didn't have to wake up super early.
Yeah.
And then Liv was, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And to me, that was like very early. It sounds silly now, but she would come into my room before I had like done my kind of like morning ritual, if you will. And I would remember being like, no, your light is not green. Get back in bed. And she'd be like, okay. And so I feel terrible looking back because it's like, that's time I could have had with her.
Yeah.
And it was just a couple of months. And then I finally was like, you know what? It's not my time anymore. And that's okay. So I'm a lot nicer in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more, it's easier for me to like immediately roll out of bed and have a little person walking in while I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a morning person for sure now. I'm proud of myself for it because it took about like 6 years.
Hey, sometimes. Okay. If you could time travel, would you rather be able to time travel the future or past?
Past.
Me too. Why?
It's just better there.
We don't know. Well, I mean,
we do know. We don't know. We know more about the past than the future.
I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, I would the same.
Yeah.
I don't need to know what's gonna. I mean,
yeah, I'm all set on that.
Happen.
Yeah. And like be able to go in the past without like the butterfly effect. It's just you just go, you do whatever. It doesn't change anything. Yeah, like I would love to go back to like just seeing what it was like.
Fun memories, just being like carefree.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind seeing my grandparents.
Whenever Hess and I like taking a road trip, and we drive through like a town I think it's Utah. When we drive to Utah, we go through like little places, and I feel like I see these places and I'm like, man, I wish I could like snap my fingers and see this place in its like height and its heyday when it was like the place to be, all of those things. So I always think of like, man, I would love to have seen this place 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been really cool.
I think about that too when we travel a lot. I'm like, how many people like walked on this or stepped on this? Like, just like historically people, like it's so crazy. Especially when you go to like, big sites or historical sites. And think about like, that's one reason like I want to go to Israel. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah,
like his feet like blows my mind.
Yeah,
so I'm
like he was literally cool. there.
Yeah, wild to me.
So cool.
So I'm like that would be cool. Like you said, like to be able to go back and like see like how they lived and like just like the roaring 20s,
Totally.
Gangsters.
Yeah. Exactly.
This one kind of goes with this one, so I'm going to ask this one too.
Okay.
So do you think we're living in the best time to be alive, or are things better in the past?
I think it's just your attitude.
Yeah.
You know? So
there's a pros and cons.
Yeah, it's hard to say because you can't like dwell on the past and because things seem better then, but were they really? Yeah. I don't know. I think there's good and bad things about everything.
Well, and I think about like how you said, were they like? And as a kid, I think back like, oh my god, the '90s were great. But I'm like, well, I was a kid, so I'm like, I wasn't thinking about
like financial things,
life,
or
really.
Right.
So it's like, was it? But I feel like there are certain things that were, but then there's things now that's like improvements of like technology, making advancements,
medicine,
so I'm like,
those kinds of
that
things.
Stuff is cool, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have a couple more.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this one. Is having a gut feeling enough to make an important decision?
Sometimes.
Yeah. I feel like there's been a lot of times where it's like my gut's been right, but then there's times where I'm like, am I just overthinking and I'm freaking out and I'm like, don't want to be irrational, you know? Yeah. So I do think that's tricky.
Yeah.
I hear a lot about like kids with like parents with kids and they're feeling like, have you ever had like a situation where you like really like had a gut feeling about something and it was like right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I won't share the whole situation because it's not something that I'm willing to discuss openly on camera. But I like remember having little Heston and kind of questioning a few things here and there, and then I kind of I walked into this like doctor's office and I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
You know, so that was kind of like my gut reaction. Yeah. My gut like telling me that I was on the right track with this doctor.
Yeah.
And stuff. But I think as far as like important decisions, like it's so tricky because sometimes having that gut reaction like steers you so right in the right direction. I think with people, I think that I have a pretty good gut reaction of like, nah, I'm all set.
Yeah, there's just something. I've been the same way. Yeah.
So I think more with maybe interactions and relationships, like gut feelings right off the bat.
Yeah.
If you've got little like red flags going off in your head with people, you're probably right.
Right. Yeah. There's probably.
But as far as like business and financial things, I don't think a gut reaction even comes into play sometimes. Yeah. I think you just are. You have to kind of weigh things out and
much more.
But so I think like relationship wise and people wise, like do you ever listen to Mel Robbins?
No, the name sounds familiar.
She's been around for a while, but she's got this podcast and like her newest thing is called like the let them theory. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you invite someone and they don't come, like and they don't want to be there, let them. So it's more of like let them do whatever they're gonna do and just don't allow it to affect you personally. Yeah. Or don't take things personally. And if that person like snaps, like we were talking about this girl earlier, and she like totally snapped, and I was like, great, now I don't have to even try to be friends with you.
Yeah. You know, that made it easy.
It's a huge relief, huge weight off of my shoulders, in my opinion. And so, like when I heard the let them theory, I was like, oh, cool. That totally makes sense.
You're like, that does make sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, last question. I'm going to do just this last one. And it's just the last one I put on here because I was thinking about it literally yesterday. And I was like, oh, I'll just ask her on the podcast. And then when we did this one, I was like, okay, I'll make it. So, I mean, I don't know if you've had Chick-fil-A recently, but you eat Chick-fil-A, right? Mm-hmm. Have you heard the thing about the fries?
No.
Being changed?
No.
So apparently Chick-fil-A changed their French fry recipe. Mm-hmm. And I wanted your opinion on if you thought it was better or not. Because apparently it's a whole thing. I think, so they did them so apparently the recipe changed and their goal was so they don't get soggy.
Okay.
And so Ryan likes the old way. Mm-hmm. I like the new way. I think the new Chick-fil-A French fries, I like them. Okay. Because I feel like I notice the crispy more and I like it.
Where did you
see
this information?
So I followed, do you know the Daryl Ann Dinner? They like own the Nudes. She's an influencer and she has like the sisters. So they own like a clothing line called Nudes. Okay. And she's like an influencer. They live in Dallas and she has like a sisters and all her family is there and they're like so close. Mm-hmm. She's like a big Chick-fil-A Diet Coke kind of like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
And so she said something about it one day and she was like, they taste different. Like just was saying that on her story.
Yeah.
And somebody told her that they changed it. And so she looked out and she goes, oh my gosh, apparently they did. And so then Ryan was like, yeah, they did change the recipe. She even had like people reach out for her about like interviews on opinions on her stuff with it because she's like big on Chick-fil-A. Yeah. So I asked Ryan, I was like, what do you think? And he was like, and she wants them back. She
likes
she's going for going back. She's like, we need the original. French fry. And Ryan is like, I want the original. I like the new, and I feel like I'm alone. So I was just curious if you
will have to get some and see. I have been sick, so we got Chick-fil-A like last week, and food just now is like barely starting to taste normal to me. So when we got Chick-fil-A, I just was not feeling it, and I did get fries, but I didn't notice anything. So now I will have to notice them.
Well, we can report back on this big, hard-hitting question. Yeah,
because like truly, I like a soggier fry.
I don't like a crispy, but I don't like where they're soggy, where I feel like they're not cooked or they're. I don't know. I like the good crisp that these. I
like a softer fry.
Okay.
I don't like a dry crunch.
You might be team OG. I might be alone on this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I might be the only one, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that was a great question because I didn't even know that there was a question.
I'm sad that you haven't.
I am too.
Yeah.
We should have done some research before this. Yeah.
I should have we should have got Chick-fil-A. We could have done it right here, right now.
Live.
We could have seen.
Well, not live.
Hesson. I'm just kidding. Bring Chick-fil-A fries.
He's already on his way to get us another lunch.
Go get Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the last question that I had. I'm sure I could think of more, but.
I loved that. That was great.
I thought I would end on that one. But
yeah, that was fun.
It was a fun little debate. We didn't argue, really. We kind of agreed on everything. I was curious on what we would agree or disagree on, but if you guys have any other questions ever, random, they can be random as heck, no limits.
Yeah, silly, fun. Yeah. We can get intense, too.
Yeah.
Because I know that even if we like we deeply disagreed on something, it'd be okay.
I thought I'd keep it a little lighthearted, but we can always go.
Yeah.
We can always really go in for it and really not have any boundaries. That might be more fun.
I mean, you already know that if I'm a vampire, it's going down.
Yeah, that was news to me. That viewpoint was shocking to me.
Really?
No, not shocking. I'm not like surprised, but like, well,
Did you think that because I was a mom, I wouldn't think like that anymore?
No, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised. Like if I really think about it, I'm not surprised. But I just guess I kind of was like, huh, you're like, just go eat them, you know?
Fully submit to the role that you have stepped into.
Yeah. I mean, but also, too, it's okay to not want to eat people.
It's fine. Doesn't mean I agree with you or I like it.
You're wrong, but it's fine. That's
You're wasting your time,
You're
but
wasting your talents.
Exactly.
Also, too, I guess if, like, you're a vampire, it's like nobody expects anything different from you.
Exactly.
So it's like no judgment, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you were a vampire and you ate all the people, I might judge you.
Ate all the bad people.
Because what makes me think you wouldn't eat me?
Well, you're not bad.
If I pissed you off and you ate, if I pissed you off?
No, there's a line. There's a code. That's what I'm saying. You have to be You have to be a truly like treacherous person. You're not treacherous. Just because you make me mad, I still have self-control here. Right? Have you ever seen Dexter?
I haven't.
Dexter has a code.
It's only bad people. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd be Dexter.
Yes.
There's a code within my madness. Okay.
Yes.
There's a reason. Okay. I mean, I can respect that. At least you have a reason behind your madness.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that's a sign of something.
Good. Being a good person, I think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we will end there. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see, or not see you. You will hear us next
time, next week.